Welcome back for more XLB action. Week 1 going on here as we have the Las Vegas Horsemen taking on the Sacramento Bees. Both teams being controlled by me, so I am flying solo here today as the Bees will be the home team live at the Hive in Sacramento, California. The Horsemen on the road here. And the legends on the Horsemen are two players you're going to see today. You can see right down there, Clemens, the starting pitcher for the Horsemen, and Barry Bonds in the outfield. And then over on the Bees side, the two legends are Evan Longoria, one of my favorite players ever, and Albert Bell. So two hitters on the Bees, and then the pitcher for the Horsemen, Max Fried, on the mound, the Yankee pitcher for the Bees. And that's how we will get this one started again, flying solo here in this one. So coming up first is going to be Trey Turner. Turner will lead off against Fried. I did put the fast action cards down here so you can kind of follow along the action as best you can. If you want kind of a quick walkthrough of what's going on here in this league and how Status Pro works, you can check out the first video in the series of the Ninjas and the Rattlers, where I kind of break down each card and how it works. So we'll get this one underway here. And it'll go to Fried. But it's an infield single for, or excuse me, no, a single into left for Trey Turner. And he gets the action started right off the bat for the Horsemen. And the Horsemen, they struggled in season number 1, had a hard time getting things going and finding any kind of positive momentum. Barry Bonds had a great season for the Horsemen, but outside of that, it was really a struggle for them to get something. Jose Ramirez coming up next, but I believe Turner is a speed ace, so we'll take off for second with him. A 35 should net it. SPA steals. That is Trey Turner. So Turner safely into second with stolen base after his single, and now Jose Ramirez will bat with a runner in scoring position. Fried. And that's another single. This one goes into center as Ramirez smacks that single. And now it'll be first and third. And there's no sense in rushing anything here with Barry Bonds coming up. Fried doesn't have really anywhere to put him as he doesn't want to load the bases this early on. So it'll be Barry Bonds up with 2 on here in the first inning against Max Fried as I try and deal with the cats all around me here. It's going on Fried's card. A 15, though, and another single into center will score Trey Turner. So Turner stealing that base and then managing to get around here. And Fried is in trouble early on. 3 singles, all off of his card, have resulted in Barry Bonds getting the hit, driving the run in. And the Horsemen up early here. We talked about how they had kind of a rough go of it last year, but a great start here. Fried needs to work to get out of this jam now. And Fried, that'll do it right there. That'll calm him down a bit as he will get his first out of the game with that strikeout. That'll bring up Brandon Lowe, though. 2 on, 1 down for Lowe. And that's another single off of his card into left field. So 4 singles off of Fried, all off of his card. And now Jorge Polanco has a chance to do something big here against Fried. Fried really working to get out of this jam at this point. Bases loaded, full of Horsemen. Fried, an 83. G1 right back to the pitcher. Bases loaded for a G1. Runner out at home, batter safe, others advance. So runner out at home. I thought that was going to be a double play, and it said same for infield in or back. So 2 down now. And the base is still loaded for Joe Adell from the Angels. Can Fried get himself out of this jam? No, he cannot. Another single. And this one will drive in Jose Ramirez as Adell gets the 5th hit in this inning. And Fried is just trying to work through this now. Fried. That's going to be a single. So another single for the Horsemen. This one will drive Barry Bonds in, and William Contreras has the RBI. And Fried has now given up 6 hits, all off of his card. And they're going to bat through the lineup with Jaron Duran coming up with the bases still loaded. Fried. That's a single into center. So Duran will drive in Brandon Lowe to keep the bases loaded. And now you have to wonder, how long are they going to keep him out here as we go back to the top of the lineup with Trey Turner? And Turner is going to strike out off of PBBD to end the inning. But my oh my, is the damage done. 7 hits for the Horsemen here in the top of the first as they put up 4 runs early on here. And you got to feel good about that, especially if you have Roger Clemens going out there on the mound for you today. So Fried gets fried here in the first inning, and now Clemens will have Gunnar Henderson lead off from the Bees. And Clemens will get Henderson. Ground ball to the catcher. No air. 1 up, 1 down. Evan Longoria. And Evan, he'll walk. Roger Clemens going to walk him. And that'll put Longoria on first with 1 down. So a patient look there from Evan Longoria, and that'll bring up Albert Bell. Clemens, though, dealing. G5, no air, double play, OBR safe at first. That is not Albert Bell. And Roger Clemens gives up the walk, but then immediately gets out of the jam to head to the top of 2. And that's where we'll find Jose Ramirez leading off for the Horsemen as they nickeled and dimed Fried. Fried going to have to show the ability to slow things down here. And Fried will start with the strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts for the Bees pitcher. 1 down. As Barry Bonds steps up. And at this point, you can't really... You got to pitch to him. And they'll strike him out as well. So 3 strikeouts in a row now. And not every out has been a strikeout. He did get 1 regular out. They'll bring up Michael Busch. And Busch will ground out to second, no air. And the top of 2. Fried looks to have kind of gathered himself there. Slowed down a bit. That'll move us to Corbin Carroll in the bottom of the second. He'll take on Clemens here. And Clemens will get him. Ground out to the shortstop, no air. Brent Rooker from the Athletics. He'll be out as well. Ground out to first, no air. And that's 2 down quickly for Clemens here in the second with Drake Baldwin stepping up. And Baldwin, he will also be out. He'll fly out to right, and that's 2. Just like that, Clemens through 2 innings here, top of the third. Brandon Lowe leading off for the Horsemen against Max Fried. And Fried, he'll get him. Popping out to first base. So it looks like Fried has calmed down here now. Jorge Polanco. And Polanco, he's out of there. Lined out to second base. No air. Joe Adele. Rolling in the deep. And Fried will get him. Ground out to second base. No air. So Fried really slowing it down here now. We go to the bottom of 3, bottom of the lineup. Nico Herner stepping in against Roger Clemens. And Herner smacks a double off the PBBD card with the 11. Herner on base, first hit given up tonight by Roger Clemens here. And 1 on, nobody down. Ben Rice steps up to the plate. And Clemens will get him. He'll fly out to deep left, though. And on the fly out to deep center, excuse me, OBR A or B on second goes to third. And that is Herner. So Herner will move over to third here with one down. Trying to manufacture a run here, maybe. Stephen Kwan steps up against Clemens. And Kwan, he's out of there. And he'll line out right to third base. Just fires it over there to him. So 2 down now for Clemens as he tries to work out of this jam against Gunnar Henderson. And Gunnar, on Gunnar's card. A 51 is a strikeout on Gunnar's card. Clemens records his first strikeout of the night. And that'll do it for 3. Goes to the top of 4 now. 4-0 Las Vegas out in front of the Bees here. As they'll have William Contreras come up to the plate. Contreras RBI single in the first, but who didn't really? And there's another single off of Fried's card, and William Contreras is on base once again for the Horsemen. Jaron Duran. PBBD for Duran. 44 is a strikeout, however. And Fried, when he is getting outs, he is doing it by throwing some heat by him. That'll bring up Trey Turner, leadoff hitter. And Turner, he'll be out of there. G by 1, no error. G by 1, runner on first, out at second, batter safe. So that'll put Turner on at first with 2 down. And Turner's going to take off for second. A 13, he's in there. Another stolen base for Trey Turner. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez. And Ramirez will take a walk. All right. He's not striking out. I thought for sure that was going to be a strikeout. So first walk of the night for Max Fried will bring up Barry Bonds with 2 on and 2 down. Nowhere to put Bonds here. And Fried going to have to pitch to him. But he'll stay on Fried's card. And an 81 will be a ground out to the pitcher. No error. So Fried works a couple on and then finds his way out of the jam. That'll take us to the bottom of the 4th. So I work through the scoreboard up there. B's trying to get something going. They'll have Longoria, Bell, and Carroll coming up against Roger Clemens. And Longoria will take another walk. Evan Longoria. Second walk of the evening. And Clemens puts Longoria on. That'll bring up Albert Bell with 1 on. Clemens. And again, Albert Bell finds himself in an issue there, but just pops out to second base. That'll bring up Corbin Carroll. And Carroll, he is going to ground out to second. That will advance the runner, though. That's that G4A. And on the G4A, the A stands for advance. I'm not making that up. I know it sounds like I'm making that up, but I'm not. So 1 on, 2 down for Brent Rooker against Clemens. And Clemens will strike him down. A dominating performance through 4 for Roger Clemens. 2 strikeouts for him as he's got the Horsemen out in front, leading 4-0. Max Fried has kind of been scattered, especially in that first inning, but has slowed it down. Fried will now come up here in the top of the 5th. And he will face Michael Bush. And Bush. No! That's a home run for Michael Bush. And okay, good, there we go. Bush with the big shot off of Max Fried. First home run of the day, and Bush will drive in nobody. But that will add to the Horsemen lead as Bush is able to drive in the big shot there to make it 5-0 now. That'll bring up Brandon Lowe as Freed. Probably not much longer for this world. And he is going to be out of there. Grounding out to second, no air. So Freed trying to work his way through here. Polanco up. Freed. That's another strikeout for him. Strikeouts have been there for Freed so far here in this one, but he has given up some runs for sure. Joe Adell. And Freed will get Adell lining out right to the third baseman. That'll do it. Top of 5, bottom of 5 we go. A 5-0 lead for Clemens as he takes on catcher Drake Baldwin here in the first at bat. And Clemens, 53 is out of there. Ground ball right to the pitcher, no air. And that's the thing with this league is these guys that have the legendary pitchers, when they're out there on the mound, it can be stifling. But here, Nico Herner takes a walk. So walk, the third of the game for Roger Clemens. Herner's going to take off for second, and I believe he's going to get it with 12. Any runner steals, so Herner. Who, yes, the crowd reacts accordingly. But Herner was a big deal on the base paths last year, and now he's got a stolen base here in this one. That puts Ben Rice up to the plate. Another chance for Rice with a runner in scoring position. But instead, Rice, he's going to fly out to left. And I don't think that's anything. Yeah, runner holds. So 1 on, 2 down. For the bottom of the lineup, Stephen Kwan. See if he can drive in a run here. Clemens will get Kwan. G3, no air. And that'll do it. So Herner gets on once again. And once again, Clemens able to work out of the jam. Top of 6 we go. Freed is going to be done for the day. And we will bring in Matt Stram. Matt Stram entering the game for him now. It's with a 5-0 lead. Here in the 6th. Boy, one misclick really puts you off here. Top of 6 we go. William Contreras leads off against Stram. And Stram, he will walk Contreras, and Contreras will take his base. So we've seen more walks here in this one than we've definitely seen throughout the other games so far. Jarren Duran. Duran. That is a triple for Duran, and he will drive in Contreras. So a big hit there. The 3-bagger drives in the run and puts Duran on third. Trey Turner, top of the lineup up. And Turner, he's out of there. G2, no air. And I would have a hard time believing that G2 would potentially drive that run in. Jose Ramirez steps up with a runner on third. Stram, and that is a single into left, and Ramirez drives that run in. Easy walk to the plate for Duran, an RBI single for Ramirez, and another run given up for Stram. Ramirez will take off for second, 82. Runner can't get a jump, holds base. So that'll bring up Barry Bonds now with 1 down and a runner on first. 7-0. The Horsemen lead here. Bonds. That ball is deep. That ball is high. That ball is out of here. Barry Bonds has hit a 2-run shot and advanced this lead for the Horsemen. You just can't put it on Bonds' card. They do so, and just the oppressive nature of this card, Bonds makes him pay for it with the 2-run shot. Makes it 9-0 here in the top of the 6th, and Stram is struggling right now. A dominant performance here from the Horsemen so far, as that'll bring up Michael Bush, who homered earlier. And Bush, he's going to get an infield single. Just taps it off the nub of the bat for a single. That'll bring up Brandon Lowe, as Stram is really struggling here. But Stram will get him. Flying out to the third baseman. So 2 down now here for Stram, as he is struggling to get through this inning. Jorge Polanco up, and Polanco will be sat down. Ground out to third, no air. But again, the damage is done. 4 runs brought in. The Duran triple, and then the 2-run home run off the bat of Barry Bonds. What do you expect when you put it on his card? Gunnar Henderson leads off against Clemens. And Clemens will get him, popping out to first base. Evan Longoria steps up. Clemens will finally get Longoria grounding out to second. No air. That'll bring up Albert Bell. And Bell has had a rough day at the plate, but here gets a chance. And that's out of here. Bell steps into that one, and it is gone. Albert Bell with the home run. An impressive shot off who has been a dominant pitcher today in Roger Clemens. But Bell gets the B's on the board there with that shot. Here in the bottom of the 6th, but going to need a few more of those if they want to get themselves back into this. Corbin Carroll steps up, and Clemens will set him down. Grounded out to second, no air. And that'll do it for the bottom of 6. We go to the top of 7 now, score 9-1. Stram will come back out, but he got knocked around as Joe Adell will lead off bottom of the lineup for the Horsemen. Stram. That's a single into right off Stram's card. And we'll see what the hook is going to be here as Contreras is up. Stram. Going to get Contreras. Ground out to second. Nowhere. That's a double play. So we got 2 down there off that one. That'll help Jarren Duran. Duran, 81. Flies out to right. And that'll do it for the top of 7. As Stram gave up the initial hit and then able to gather himself. Clemens, though, still dominant as he'll take on Brent Rooker here in this 9-1. And Clemens, ground out to Clemens, no air. 1 down. Drake Baldwin, the catcher. Clemens will strike him out. Not seen many strikeouts today for Clemens, just his 3rd. That'll help progress this along. Nico Herner. And Herner will be hit by the pitch. Clemens. Herner came into this one. Came into this one 1 for 2. There, takes a hit. He's going to steal second. And he's going to get it. So Herner with another stolen base to his name. And he has been a bugaboo for Roger Clemens here. Now a runner on second after that stolen base with 2 down for Ben Rice. Once again, Rice up with runners in scoring position. And once again, he's going to struggle to get him in. G6, no air. That'll be the end of the inning. Clemens through 7, 2 hits. He has looked good. Top of 8, Stram going to see if he can get through the top of the lineup now. Short leash on him, though, as Turner comes in. And Turner turns on one, smacks a double right into center field. And Stram shakes his head. Not much you can do there. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez. Jose on Stram's card, and he will pop out to first base. Barry Bonds coming up. It's 9-1. In most instances, I would say we would probably try and walk him here with first base open, but they're just going to tell Stram to pitch to him, so we'll see what happens. PBCD, a double for Bonds. Turner scores again. Bonds has his 4th RBI. And Turner wonders what the heck happened right there. Or excuse me, Stram does. So runner still on second for Michael Bush. And Bush will get out as he pops up to third. So 2 down now for Stram as he tries to get out of here without any more damage. Brandon Lowe up. And Stram will walk Lowe. So another walk. We've seen quite a few of them in this game. Jorge Polanco, who's really not been able to get anything going in this game, he will take a walk to load the bases. So a ton of walks here, and now Stram has got himself in quite the jam. And he's going to strike him out. That is right on the edge. But he got him, even with the bases loaded. Sorry, I didn't update the diamond up there. And we'll go to the bottom. Bonds double drives in the 10th run of this game. Clemens against Stephen Kwan. And Clemens still dealing. Paints the edge with that one. 1 down with that strikeout. Gunnar Henderson, the leadoff hitter, and Clemens just gasses it by Gunnar for that strikeout. 5th strikeout for Roger Clemens, still going here in the 8th. Evan Longoria, 0 for 1 on the day. And Longoria will be out of there as he will line out to first base, no error. And just like that, the bottom of 8 is over. Clemens has looked great. Stram just going to try and come out here and get these final outs. The 38, that's a strikeout on Contreras. And that's good for Stram to kind of get his feet underneath him here. Let me update the scoreboard here real quick. Forgot to do that. 10-1, Jarren Duran, the 9-hole hitter, up against Stram. And he's going to strike out. So 3 strikeouts in a row for Stram. And we've got 2 down here in the 9th. Back to the top of the lineup, Trey Turner. Turner. He will strike out. So 4 straight strikeouts by Stram to end his time in this game. And now 1 half inning left to go. Roger Clemens walking back out to the mound. As the Bees try and get something going here, it'll be Albert Bell leading off. He's got the lone run for him. He will not get a run here, though, as he pops out to first base. Corbin Carroll comes up with 1 down. Carroll. And Carroll, he'll be out of there as he pops up to the catcher. And even these fans have to appreciate what Roger Clemens is doing here today. Rooker, potentially the last batter. But no, Rooker will smack a double right into right. And that'll get these fans to cheer a bit. As Drake Baldwin will come up. And Baldwin, he'll be out of there. He grounds out to the shortstop, no error. And that's how this one comes to a close. Roger Clemens is going to be your winning pitcher today. Max Fried, with a bad first inning, is going to take the loss here. MVP of the game got to be Barry Bonds. 3 for 5 on the day. 4 RBIs with a home run. Big day for him as he comes out of the gate swinging. But it was a big first inning and a 6th inning for the Horsemen to get the win. They moved to 1-0. And obviously the Bees will move to 0-1 on the season. Make sure and check out our other Week 1 action going here on the XLB Network. Thanks for watching.